We're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Janie Wallace. Terry Brewer is off.
That's right. A lot of people are hitting the road for the Easter holiday weekend.
That's right. And it's a beautiful start to the holiday weekend. This
Very
Good
nice.
Friday has been very pretty. Well, what can you expect for your night out? And how about those weekend plans? WVUA's Daniel Sparkman has a look at your first forecast. Hey, Daniel.
Well, hello, ladies. Good to see you on this Good Friday. Right now, temperatures out there in the 70s across much of the area. 73 in Tuscaloosa, 71 in Birmingham, and 68 over in Gadsden. Now on Home Team Interactive Radar, a few showers crossing the state line around Columbus and moving into parts of Pickens as well as Sumter County. But we have a lot of dry air over the state of Alabama today, and that is keeping our rain chances way down. 67 by 7 o'clock, 57 by 10. Should be in the middle 50s by midnight and down to the low 50s overnight tonight. I'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Daniel. People of faith around the world are pausing to reflect on Good Friday and the meaning of the Easter holiday.
That was the case at several churches in Tuscaloosa today. Calvary Baptist Church in Tuscaloosa had a packed sanctuary today. It was dimly lit, also very quiet. Pastor Tim Lovett says they ask people to recognize the service as a service of silence. Lovett says on Good Friday, the cross is the only thing that stands in the pulpit area because the attention should not be on the people, but on Christ's crucifixion on the cross.
You would enter this day as you would enter a funeral home, a memorial service, because you are mourning the death of Jesus Christ. Yes, we're going to get to celebrate that, but today, let's just try to focus on what that would have felt like.
Coming up tonight on WVUA News at 6, we'll take you to another Good Friday service in Tuscaloosa, where the message was the same, but the atmosphere was very different.
Tuscaloosa's First Wesleyan Church is busy getting ready for a huge Easter celebration tomorrow. Easter Fest 2013 will take place at Snow Hinton Park tomorrow morning. Organizers say there will be games, inflatables, live music, food, and a petting zoo, and of course, an egg hunt with 20,000 eggs. All the fun starts hopping at 10 a.m. with the egg hunt at 10:30, and it ends at noon.
The spiritual meaning behind Easter isn't the only thing one church will be focusing on this weekend. They'll also be paying close attention to security. Dave Bergeron has the story.
As churches prepare for Easter services,
it is a busy Sunday.
Keeping the congregation safe is also top of mind.
But it's absolutely a necessity for churches, even smaller churches. This is a big collection location for people.
Chris Maloney directs security at Friendship Church in Prior Lake, but also consults other Twin Cities churches on their procedures. And since the incident in Connecticut, he is busy.
The awareness amongst churches is just really, it's skyrocketing.
Many churches that draw several thousand, like Hosanna Lutheran in Lakeville, hire a uniformed and armed Lakeville police officer each Sunday. For smaller places of worship, some rely on volunteer teams, others on off-duty police officers.
Identifying the police officers that go to the church and say, hey, will you carry a sidearm?
The pastor here at Friendship Church says it's a delicate balance between keeping the doors open to your community and making sure everybody is as safe as possible.
What we don't want to happen at Friendship Church is to have the incident and then have to respond. We're responding before we have an incident.
In light of Newtown, we're talking about active shooters.
Maloney says his security teams keep their eyes open on Sunday mornings, so ministry is never interrupted.
In North Dakota, the Senate has passed a bill allowing guns in churches. It will head to the governor for consideration. In Oklahoma, thousands of dental patients may have been exposed to blood-borne viruses like HIV. The Tulsa Health Department and the State Department of Health says they're notifying about 7,000 patients. It involves a Tulsa dentist. Officials say he possibly performed practices that could have exposed patients to infectious materials, including hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and HIV. Authorities have identified the dentist as Scott Harrington. The Dentistry Board complaint says Harrington and his staff told investigators that a high population of known infectious disease carrier patients received dental care from him. The complaint said a device used to sterilize all instruments wasn't working properly.
The instruments that came out of the autoclave were horrible. I wouldn't let my nephews play with them out in the dirt. I mean, they were horrible. They had rust on them.
The health department is beginning the process of notifying those patients who should be tested for blood-borne illnesses. Authorities say Harrington has voluntarily ceased practicing as a result of this investigation.
In North Korea, new threats against the U.S. Leader Kim Jong-un says his rockets are ready to, quote, settle accounts with the U.S. This comes after U.S. stealth bombers took part in joint military drills with South Korea. North Korea's leader convened an urgent meeting with his military leaders and ordered forces to be on standby. They also released a photo showing Kim in front of a map that said U.S. mainland strike plan. This move is mostly seen as an attempt by North Korea to coerce South Korea into softening its policies. Back in Alabama, a major battle is heating up to see who is the best barbecue restaurant.
Tuscaloosa's Dreamland is in the running for that title. Dreamland and Birmingham's Jim and Nick's are in a dead heat for the Central Division. According to the Alabama Tourism Department, more than 40,000 votes have been cast since the original group of 32 were announced earlier this month. A look now at the other finalists in North Alabama. Big Bob Gibson's in Decatur and Lawler's in Athens. Competing for the southern region is Sam's Barbecue in Montgomery and also Lanny's in Selma. The Gulf region competitors, LA Barbecue in Summerdale and The Shed in Mobile. The 4 regional winners will be decided Saturday. An overall winner will be announced April 8th.